Welcome to Behind the Fire. I'm Robert Snyder, and today we're going to break down a few melons. I have a sugar baby watermelon from our garden, I have a cantaloupe from the farmer's market, and I also have a Santa Claus melon as well. Whatever the type of melon you have, it's pretty much the same practice when you break them down. We're just going to remove the top and bottom, get a flat surface, and then we're going to peel around the circumference of the melon. We're going to start with a sharp knife, and we're just going to remove the base, and then I'm going to spin it around and remove the top of the melon. This gives it a nice flat surface to lay on, and that way you can peel the outside of the watermelon. Now that our watermelon is stable, we're gonna go ahead and peel the outside. Now the first cut when you go down the sides might not be perfect, but what you want is just a little bit of that red stripe, and you're gonna use this white strip as your guide to peeling it. And just go all the way down, peeling towards the end. And we're gonna repeat all the way around the watermelon. Now you can flip it over and remove the rest of the white pieces. So now we have our peeled watermelon. There's a lot of different interpretations in which you can take this down. You can split it in half and do the half moon or the quarter moon, or you can chop it into cubes. And now we'll cut it down the middle. So now that you have two equal parts, we can do two different formats when we're breaking it down. The standard kind of party or casual cut would just be down the middle again, and then we continue to slice down the watermelon this way, and then you get your classical watermelon slice. Now that I've shown you the classical cut, this is going to be the cube cut for watermelon. Now, it's very simple. You can just cut it at any angle, but what I like to do is I like to go at it sideways first and cut it down lengthwise, mindful of your hands. And now that we have it sliced this way, we're going to turn it. Always turn your knife to where you want to cut. Don't do other angles. Always cut at the same angle. That's what your muscle memory is cutting at, so that's what you always want to slice items at. We have our watermelon sliced this way, and now we're just going to go down vertically through. And now you can see we have it sliced both this way, long way through, and down. We're going to rotate it one more time. Again, make sure your knife is always in the same spot when you slice. Now, if you want perfect cubes, you could trim off the edges and kind of put them off to the side, and then continue to a more even slice. So this will give you your nice kind of cube format. And again, we'll just slice through the watermelon. And that gives you sliced watermelon cubes. The closer to the center, the more sweet. And now the cantaloupe. Basically the same principle as the watermelon, except you have a core of seeds versus the seeds being throughout. We're gonna remove the top, we're gonna remove the bottom, we're gonna place it on the sliced base, and then we're just gonna work our way around the edges. So then we finish peeling our cantaloupe. We'll discard the peels to kind of clean up our cutting board. Again, I take everything to the compost for the chickens.
What's up?
Then we're gonna slice the melon down the middle and expose the core. As you can see, the structure of the cantaloupe is a little bit different from the watermelon. It has a core of seeds in there, and that's why I brought my spoon today. And so with the spoon, we're just going to remove the core of seeds. Now you can remove any little pieces of the peel that still remain on it. We're gonna do slices down the cantaloupe, giving you a nice even piece. The other option is again to, I shouldn't be eating. The other option is to do a cube. You can remove little pieces like this if you have to make it a little more even. And then just place your knife gently through, and then just slice it into little cubes of cantaloupe. That's how you break down a cantaloupe. Now we have our Santa Claus melon. So this is coming from the Vineyard Farmers Market down in Fresno. It's definitely a unique variety. Same basic system of breaking it down. We're gonna remove the top and bottom, and then we're gonna peel down the sides, exposing everything inside. Again, we're going to slice it down the middle, exposing all of the seeds. Now the Santa Claus melon is very similar to the cantaloupe. You have this little seed cluster inside, and we're just gonna scoop that out. This one we're gonna get a little fancy, and I'm gonna show you the melon flower. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove a portion of the center. And that just gives us a little bit more of a half circle shape. And now we're gonna make our melon flower. So we're gonna slice it super thin all the way through. As thin as you can. When slicing, you wanna use the flat of your finger as a guide and just drag it along the area that you want to slice things. Nice and thin, because you want the cantaloupe to be malleable or be able to bend into the flower shape. I'm gonna split it in half, and then I'm going to push the leaves out with both of your fingers, balancing it from the back and front. Our melon is now completely fanned out. Now it's time to start rolling it on itself. And we're just going to start curling it inside of itself. And what happens is the other petals kind of lay on themselves, and it'll eventually seal the flower and give it enough support around. It's time to compress it and give it a little bit of that flower shape. Just be sure to put pressure on all points to give it that definition. It's alright if a few of them pop up. Just place your finger on top and put them down. So here are a few examples of how I break down melons. I'm Robert Snyder. This is Behind the Fire. Thanks for stopping by.